Hello everybody and welcome to kindergarten. I am so excited to get to know you all, and I wanted to start this video by just showing you the room. So that way when you come on the first day you feel a little less anxious, a little less nervous, and you know where things are. So I wanted to start by showing this is our smart board. We will be seeing a lot of things on this every single day. We will use it every day. We have a nice little bench we can step up so that you're able to touch it, you can reach it. It's really great. Next here we have my desk. You will probably not see me there much, but if you do, that is where I'll be sitting. And over here is the door that you guys will be coming in every single morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. If you look out this door, there is the playground. It's pretty cool. So you'll kind of just line up down here and wait to come in every morning. And this is also where you will be picked up. By this door, I have our daily schedule. So if you or your parent wants to take a peek at it and you forget where it's at, it's right by the door. We have our birthdays up here. And then we have an emergency bucket in case we have a fire drill or anything like that. We're prepared. We just need to grab that and go. Right here is just some of my books that I'll be using throughout the year, a little library kind of for myself. We have a sensory table. We'll be filling that with some very cool and fun things. This is like a little library area for you all. We have some books here and on the other side, and these will change with whatever we're learning about, whatever season we're in. So you'll see a lot of new books right there. Here we have my piano. We'll be using this a lot. It's really great. I can't wait to use it. I will also be using my guitar, my ukulele to do some fun things with music. We have a fun little beanbag chair over there in that corner. We have lots of games and puzzles and things like that here. My rocking chair where I can read to all of you. And then we'll be just featuring some books up here too that you'll want to take a look at. And then this is the wall where I will be doing a lot of different stuff. This big middle section right there is where we will have all our new words that we've learned. You'll be able to look there. If you forget, it'll be words that you'll be seeing a lot in the stories that you read, things like that. And I didn't want to spoil it, so I haven't put it up yet, but I do have a fun few things to put on here. So you'll have to wait and see for the first day of school. And then over here, first of all, we have our school theme, which is Frog, Fully Rely on God. We'll be learning a lot about that this year. But just a fun little area. We have our classroom jobs. Everyone will get a chance to have a job. And then I wanted to really show you these cubbies. When you come in on Monday, you're gonna have a cubby with your name on it, and that's where you're gonna know, okay, I'm gonna put my lunchbox in here, and I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna show you our lockers as well. So right outside this door, is where our lockers will be. I want to be quiet because there's some people working out there. But that is where our lockers are. So when you come in the morning, you're going to take your coat off, your jacket, whatever you're wearing, and your backpack, and you're going to put it in your locker. And then you're going to come over here and put your lunch over here. We also have a sink area. We're going to be washing our hands quite a bit. And then we're going to come over here to our little art area. We have a drying rack if we do some painting. I'm going to show you my super cool cabinet with lots of craft stuff. You'll have to wait and see what's in here once school starts. And then I have some more books over here, a little library that you can take books from. We'll talk more about that the first day of school. Some reading strategies. If you get stuck, you can look up here. This is an art table and also a table where I'll be working one-on-one with students. We have the front of our classroom. We have a little number chart here. We'll be learning a lot of numbers, so we're going to count day by day to our 100th day of school. It's going to be a great day, big celebration. We'll be putting a lot of stuff up on this bulletin board as well. We have our calendar, a few little posters, and again, like I said, we're back to our smart board. And then I'm going to show you, too, from my view, we have lots of different seating options. So we're going to be a little bit spread out this year, but these are the tables that you'll be sitting at. All right, next we have a little presentation I put together just so you get to know a little bit more about me, what I like, things like that. And then after about the first or second slide, it'll be more geared towards parents, but I will go over some procedures that the students will want to know when they come in the first day of school. So let's just start. At first I wrote, welcome to kindergarten at St. Matthew's. We're so happy you're here. I'm so excited you're going to be in my classroom. If you forgot my name, totally okay. It's Mrs. Farr. And we'll go to my second slide, which is all about me. So right here, if I can get this to go away, this is probably the cutest photo. So I'm going to start with this. This is my puppy. His name is Stanley. He's a little fluff ball. He's so fluffy and furry. Maybe one day you guys will get to meet him, maybe not, we'll see. He's still a little puppy, so he does pee everywhere when he sees somebody, unfortunately. We're working on it. Next I have a picture of Concordia University in Ann Arbor. It is a Lutheran college. It's where I went, it's where I studied. It's arguably the best place in the world because not only did it give me the ability to do my dream job, but I also met my fiance Gabriel there. So this is my guy, this is Mr. Farr, this is Gabe. He studied at Concordia as well. He studied counseling and he got his master's there as well. And now he's actually working there on campus, which is kind of cool. So kind of come full circle. I have books up in that corner because I love to read. I love reading anything. Actually, my favorite class that I ever took in college was a children's literature class. It was so awesome, so fun. Learned so much. I'm excited to bring that here in the classroom. And then I have music over here. Music is a huge part of my life. I am a singer. I love to sing. I sing at weddings. I sing at church. I sing just about anywhere, anytime, in the shower, in my car, anytime. I'm sure you'll hear me sing a lot in class this year too. And then at the very bottom over there, I have a photo of just different sports. So I did play volleyball in college. I played women's ice hockey in college. And then in high school and below, I played just about every sport under the sun. I did basketball. I did tennis. I ran track. I played soccer, volleyball, all that. So yeah, I'm a big sports girl. Love playing sports, love talking about sports, and I love coaching as well, which is something I'm really excited to do this year. So we'll take a look at our next slide. This one's a little bit more for the parents. It's kind of a boring slide, but it is my contact information. And before I just get into this stuff, I will be sending home a packet of all of this information. So if you're like, hey, I didn't catch what that one thing was, or if you do have a question, write it down. Feel free to call, text, email me. Let me know if you do come. We have a supplies night coming up the 27th of this month from 4 to 6. So if you do stop in, then I'll talk a little bit more about that. But if you do bring your questions then, I'd be happy to help. So yeah, I'll just go over this, and then like I said, I'll be sending home almost all of this information in pieces of paper on little sheets, so you'll get all this again if you miss something. But again, my name is Mrs. Farr. My email is nadia.farr@stmatthew.info. Again, that's nadia.farr@stmatthew.info. So feel free to email if you have any questions. I put my cell phone number up here. It is 734-645-7465. If you're writing things down and you want to jot that down, you can go ahead and pause the video. And then here I put my office hours from 4 to 7. I will be teaching all day, so the time that I will be able to get back to you with questions is most likely during that 4 to 7 period. I do have an hour drive after school, so I will be getting home around 4:10. So if I don't pick up right away, I will for sure call you back within that time, but just a heads up with that. And then on here, I just noted to call the office for emergencies or absences. I will take attendance every day and notice that your child is absent, but it's important that we let the office know all that. Again, with emergencies, if there is an emergency, please call the office. Don't call my cell phone or my phone. I probably won't even have it on me most of the time during the day, so it's important that you do that. And then I wrote just our school hours, 8:10 to 3:15. We do offer a before and after care, so if you do need to utilize that, contact the office. And then I wrote here, students will be ready for dismissal between 3:05 and 3:10. We'll start wrapping things up around 3. We'll get their backpacks all put on, stuff in their backpacks, everything ready to go, and they'll be ready for pickup then. My next slide is my Google Classroom slide. So this is the icon. So if you go to google.com, if you have a Google account, if you don't, I highly encourage you to get one. But there's this thing I like to call it the waffle. It's like 9 little dots up in the very right corner of your screen. And you're gonna click on that and you're gonna scroll till you see this icon. And when you do, you're gonna go into it and there's gonna be a little plus sign up in the right corner. And it's gonna say join class, or it's gonna be the option to join or create a class. You're gonna wanna join my class. And my classroom code is ANJVMOZ. Again, I'm gonna be sending this all home, so don't panic if you're like, I can't remember all this. I'll be sending directions for all that home. But it's really important that my online people get a hold of this right away, because I will be uploading a lot of the websites and stuff that we're using in class, or if we're watching a video, things like that, onto here, as well as all the assignments we're using. If you are doing online, I will be sending home packets every single day. Sorry, not every single day, that'd be a lot. Once every week with everything that we're doing for every single day. So you'll be all set there, but if you're like, hey, I lost that math worksheet, where could I get that at? This is where you'll want to be. And then, like I said, we'll be using Google Classroom in the classroom a lot. We have Chromebooks that we're able to utilize. We do share with all the other classes, so we might not be on them every day, but when we do, we'll be going here to find most of our websites, and I'll be able to edit and upload different websites so I can make sure that they're getting to the right website, and it just makes it a lot easier overall. I talked a little bit before about supplies drop off. So that's Thursday, this Thursday, the 27th from 4 to 6. I noted on here to try and only have one parent or guardian come to the supplies drop off, only because we can only have 10 adults in the building at one time, excluding the staff. So we need to make sure that we can get as many people in as possible throughout that time period. So we would request that you only have one adult or guardian come with your child if you would like to come to that to drop off any school supplies they have, or if you're just like, we just kind of want to check the classroom out and meet you, or if you have any questions for me, it's a great time to come and do so. So you're going to be entering through the fellowship doors, which is near the front of the building. And you're gonna exit through the west doors, which are by the youth room. If you're like, I don't know what any of that is, there'll be people outside and inside helping to direct you with where to go. And then all supplies items will not be shared this year. In years past, we've had kids share glue sticks, scissors, things like that, but because of everything that's going on this year, we're unable to share in the classroom. So it's super important that they do have these supplies. I do have supplies myself to give to students if they do not have something like, hey, we forgot to get glue sticks. I got you. However, it's really important that they do have their own stuff. And then I noted on here that markers, color pencils, scissors, and a glue stick will go in their art box. I have like little crayon boxes for each of the students, so if they do come, they can put their stuff in there that night. If not, we'll take care of it the first day of school. And then I said we will always need more glue sticks and dry erase markers. So if you're able and willing to donate these items throughout the year, I would be so grateful. We will probably go through, like I said, a lot of glue sticks, and dry erase markers just dry out very quickly. So if you are able to and willing to donate, that would be amazing. I do have some extra stuff, but it's probably not enough to last the whole year. So it'd be great if we had people that would be willing to donate. Just kind of talking a little bit more about the morning routine. What is it going to look like our first day of school with all the stuff that's going on? So like I said, our day starts at 8:10. My big door out there that looks out by the playground is where you'll come in, and that door is going to open at 8 o'clock. So at 8, I'll open it up. People can start coming in. And then by 8:10, obviously if I see you walking up and I'm like, oh, it's 8:10, I'm not going to close the door in your face. But if no one's out there, I'm going to shut that door, and then all the people that are a little bit late, they will have to drop your student off in the front office because they'll have to take care of all that as we're going to be getting our day started. So, and they also need to note that they were late. So it's a little bit different this year. And then I wrote on here too that parents, unfortunately, you will not be allowed in the classroom this year. So if it is something that you're a little anxious about, just know that, prepare that once you get to that door, they're gonna have to go in by themselves. And obviously I'll be coming in here helping walk through our morning routine, where to put stuff and whatnot. But I kind of made a little list for things that students will want to know and do when they first get here. So the very first thing is say goodbye to your parent. Give them a big hug, big squeeze, kiss, whatever you want to do. And then they will enter that room. Remind your student too that you'll be back at 3:15, and I promise you I will take good care of them. They will have a great time, a great day, meet lots of new friends, learn so much. So yeah, if it's something you're a little bit anxious about, I just want to give you a heads up as to what it's going to look like. Once they come through that door, they're going to take their coat. I kind of said this before when I was doing a tour. Coat, backpack, go to that locker, put everything they need to in the locker, and then they're going to come back in, put the lunch in the cubby, and they're going to find their seat. Their seat will have a name tag on it with their name already written, so they'll go ahead and sit down and get ready for whatever morning work I have up. Let's see, our next slide is the daily schedule. I kind of showed it before, and if you wanted to take a peek at it, you're always more than welcome to do that. I will be sending this home on a piece of paper as well, so that you have it at hand. If you're like, hey, I need to get them into the dentist, when would be a good time during the day that they won't be missing too much content? And so this is just for that. We have around 8:10 to 9 o'clock, we're doing our morning routine and our religion. And then we'll go right into phonics at 9. We will have 2 snacks during the day. So our morning snack is at 9:30. And then after our morning snack, we go right into reading and writing. After that, we have recess at 10:30 to 11. And then at 11 to 11:30, we have lunch. So we go to recess first and then lunch. And then after lunch, we'll do a big bathroom break. We will also do one with the snack time. Anytime there's a snack time, we'll have a bathroom break in there as well. And then after lunch, we have our math, and then we have centers. If you're curious about what centers is, it's basically a time where students can build upon what we've been working on. So let's say we're learning, let's just say we're doing a letter study on the letter J. There'll be activities that have to do with the letter J, the sounds that are associated with the J, maybe a little writing station. There'll also be little math stations and science or social studies, whatever we're working on. It's just so that they can keep getting exposed and actually have a practical time to use what we've been learning during that center time. It's also a time for silent reading. It's a time for me to meet with students and do some reading one-on-one, see where they're at, help them out with whatever they need help with. So yeah, that's a really great time as our center time, and that's from 12:10 to 12:50. After that, we do have a second recess from 12:50 to 1:20. We'll go into specials. Our specials are music, computers, gym, and art. There'll be a sheet that you guys will get with, it's kind of like an authorization sheet that you'll sign it to say, I'm okay with my student going with our shared time teachers to do those specials. They're really great people. They're all fantastic. They're gonna do a great job with that. So that's our specials time. And then we have our afternoon snack at 2:15, and then we go into our social studies or science time. This is a time where I will either be doing social studies during that week or science during that week. The curriculum for social studies and science is not long enough to sustain us through the whole entire year. So what I've done is chunk it up in kind of 1 week or 2 week intervals. And so 1 week we might be just doing social studies, the next it might be science. We'll be kind of going back and forth because we do not have enough content to last us through the whole year. And then we have pickup time from 3:05 to 3:15. I wrote on here 3:10, but that's the time I will have them ready for you, but 3:15 is the end of the day. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, text, call, email. Clothing. So we do not have a uniform per se. We do have more of a dress code. Again, this is my first year here, so if you do have a more complicated question that you're not sure about, call the office. They would be more than happy to help you. And if you just aren't sure, if you're like, hey, would this shirt be okay? They are the people to ask. But you can also ask me as well. I will help you as best as I can. But basically, just make sure it's comfortable clothing. No words or logos or characters, so no shirt with SpongeBob on it, sadly. No Nike swoosh, which is a kind of a hard one if you do have a lot of clothes with logos. And then no words, so no shirt that says anything. So basically just plain clothing. T-shirts, shorts, skirts, and long pants are all totally fine. Again, ask if you aren't sure. No open-toed shoes or flip-flops. When they go out to that playground, it's really hard. We don't want students' shoes falling off. And again, they're going to be having those gym shoes as well that they can keep in their locker for gym. So yeah, no open-toed shoes or flip-flops. And then boots, gloves, mittens, and snow pants are a must for winter. We are in Michigan and we will be going outside for winters when it does snow. So make sure that they have everything they need. I do have a few things here. If they do forget something, I don't want you to panic. If you're like, oh no, I forgot to give them their gloves today, we have stuff like that. But for the most part, make sure that they have all of that equipment. And then my next slide is my behavior management slide. So I kind of just want to let you in on what's going on in the classroom. If they come home and say, man, my clip got moved down today, Mom, I'm really upset about it. Or, hey, I made it to the top of the chart today and I got a prize, so you kind of know what's going on. I use the clip chart system for behavior management. Now, this doesn't include all my classroom rules, but this is what I use to monitor behavior throughout the day. As I see good behavior, they'll move up. Everybody starts at ready to learn, and as they do, if I see, little Sally, she's being really kind and helping out a friend, I'm gonna say, oh, you know what, you're doing something really great and you're being such a good friend and you're being so loving. I'm gonna move your clip up. So they have opportunity every day to move up, but they also have the opportunity every day to move down. So if they are having behavior issues and they do move down to teacher's choice, that means that I will choose what is going to happen. They might lose time at recess. They might have to stand by me for a little bit. They might lose center time, stuff like that. And then if it does go down to the very end of my chart, which is parent contact, that is the time in which they will be taken down to Mr. Burke's office, and you will get a phone call or an email or a text about what's going on. And that would include things like hitting or inappropriate language or inappropriate actions, stuff like that. Stuff I don't foresee happening too often, but if it does, this is just a plan in place. And we'll kind of talk about what we can do to prevent that from happening going forward. And then I want students to learn from their mistakes and experience the rewards of good choices. So that's why I use this clip chart system. It's not a tool to humiliate anybody. It's just a tool to kind of self-reflect and say, okay, how am I acting today? How can I be better? Or, hey, I'm doing really good today. Like, what more can I do? And then my last little note on here says, as God forgives us, we will forgive each other and keep on sharing his love with each other. So it's also a biblical lesson, each day we get to restart, just as God forgives us after our sins, after we ask for forgiveness. It's in this classroom, every day is a new day, and you always have a chance to move that clip back up. So yeah. Next, we have snack time and bathroom breaks. I did mention before, we do have 2 snack times. We have one in the morning around 9:30, 9:40, and then we have another one at 2:15. If they forget to bring a snack, I do have cereal here. It's probably not the best cereal, but I do have it. It is a resource that they could have if they forgot. You're gonna want to label their snack in their lunchbox. So if you give them carrots and you don't label it, they might not know that that's their snack and they might eat it for lunch, or they might not save anything for afternoon snack and then they get really upset. So just make sure you're labeling that snack 1, snack 2, or however you want to do it, so that they know. And then I just put on here just to please try and provide a healthy snack, as healthy as possible. We don't really want to see things like snack cakes like Twinkies or like a cosmic brownie for a morning snack at 9 o'clock, because then they're reaching that sugar high and then they're gonna crash. And I don't want to see that happen. I want them to learn that food is fuel, and the healthier that we can be, the more fuel we have to learn and to grow. So that's basically that whole spiel. Don't forget water for their water bottles. Their water bottles will be kept on the counter. They can access them throughout the day. However, they'll most be used during snack time to prevent a lot of frequent bathroom trips, because we know that will happen. And then, like I said, we're gonna take class trips to the bathroom throughout the day to give them the opportunity to go. And then there's also a bathroom right next door, in the classroom next door, that there's nobody in that classroom, so we're actually able to go in throughout the day and use that bathroom. So it's just nice and close, it's convenient. And I'll be showing that to all the students the first day of school. I also just put on here a little slide about snack suggestions. I also have a handout that I will be sending home with you guys, but just like if you're not sure, hey, I'm not sure what I should bring in, what's okay, what's not okay. I made a little slide, so we have things like fruit, apple slices, peanut butter, raisins, dried fruit, things like that, simple, dairy. You could do cream cheese on graham crackers, cheese and crackers, yogurt, cheese and grapes, whatever. Vegetables, you could do ants on a log, celery with ranch, any kind of vegetable you want with ranch, carrots, all of that. And then nuts and whole grains. We have whole grain cereals. Try and get one that's probably more unsweetened. I wouldn't want to see, like, I don't even know what's it called, Cookie Crunch or whatever, those little cookies. But you could do a cereal like that, Chex Mix, popcorn, muffins, breads, things like that. I personally do not have a list of our allergies yet, because we do still have students that are being enrolled up to today. So as soon as I get that, I will send that out right away. If we do have a peanut allergy or anything else that's a severe allergy, we want to make sure that students are safe in this classroom, and you guys don't have to worry at home what's going to be going on in here. So I will get that sent out as soon as possible and let you know if things like nuts, or someone has a severe gluten allergy, things like that. Volunteers. This is the slide I've been regretting to get to, because I would love to have you all as volunteers in my classroom to come read and help during centers time. But unfortunately this year we are not able to have any outside parent volunteers in the classroom. If anything does change, if we move to phase 6 and everything's totally normal again, I would absolutely love for you to come in. I will have an aide in here who will be helping me. She's awesome, she's great. So I will have that as help, but unfortunately I will not be able to have parents at this time. Like I said, if anything changes, I will let you all know. I'll have a sign-up sheet. We'll get that all going. Next on here, I wrote something a little bit about birthdays, because I feel like it's a question that everybody has. Can we bring in a tree? What's it gonna look like? So I showed you guys in the tour, we do have a little birthday thing. So I have noted when it's a child's birthday. But if you would like to send in a treat, I would just need an email or a text or a phone call to know when and what is being brought in, so I can make sure that it's okay with all our allergies and everything that we have going on in here. And that snack will be served at our 2:15 snack time. So just if you're trying to plan your day out, if you want to drop something off or whatnot, it'll be around 2:15. And then because of everything this year, it does have to be a pre-packaged snack or treat. So things like, I think I said it before, those cosmic brownies would be fine for a birthday treat, or those little oatmeal cookies that are pre-packaged, or if you can get cookies from a bakery that are individually wrapped, I'm sure that's fine. Just nothing, no homemade stuff that we would have to, like a cake that I would have to cut and all that jazz. None of that. And then if your student is having a birthday party, I added this on here. If you want me to hand out invitations, I'm more than happy to do that, but it would have to be for every single student in the classroom. I would not be able to hand out, if you're like, hey, can you hand out these 5 invitations, because I don't want kids to feel left out. You're more than welcome to do that, but I would not be able to hand them out for you. But if it is a whole class thing, like you're gonna have a class party, I am more than happy to hand those out for you. We do have 24 students this year, just so you know. So it is a big group. 2 more slides, we're almost through. My last couple slides. This one is my Lutheran Schools week. This is something that the kids in the school always look forward to. It's a spirit week kind of thing. So March 1st through the 5th is that week if you want to kind of note that down. But there'll be a lot of fun activities, things like mismatched clothes day or workout day or twin day, stuff like that. It's basically a spirit week. So they'll be able to kind of wear things that maybe they wouldn't normally wear, their pajamas or stuff like that. Our 8th graders do choose those themes, so we do not have them yet, but as soon as I do, I will send something home about what we can do during that week. Field trips. Again, you can probably tell by my sad face that I put on here, we will not be able to take any field trips at this time. If anything does change, I will let you know ASAP. We will get parent volunteers, signups, all that stuff. I'm hoping to do a few virtual field trips and just kind of talk about what goes on at a field trip and what it would really look like if you're able to go. However, at this time, we will not be able to take a real field trip anywhere. Very sad. Chapel dates. We do 2 to 3 chapels a year. This year we only have 2. Those dates are December 9th and March 31st. The reason I want you to note these is because if we are able to have visitors and you are able to come and watch, it's a really great experience. I think the kids would really enjoy it. We'll be doing things like singing, speaking, maybe doing a skit during chapel to worship. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it'll be a great time. If you're not able to be there though, we are live streaming chapels this year, so you will be able to watch it. If you're like, oh, I really want to see them sing, or I really wanted to see that skit they did, they were telling me all about it, they worked so hard, you will be able to still see it. And if you are able to come, I really do encourage you to come. My next little spiel is my plastic folders. This is not one of them, but it will be like this. It'll have 2 little pockets. One side will say home, one side will say school. I would really like it if your child could draw a picture. If not, we can do it sometime during next week. But if you see this and you're like, we got it, have them draw a picture that they can stick on the front of this folder so that they know it's theirs. Every time they go to look for their folder, they're like, oh, this one's mine. And I love seeing their artwork. It's so cute, so great to see. So if you are seeing this before school starts, have them draw a picture on the front of that folder and bring that photo to the first day of school. Again, if you don't see this, we'll take care of it in the classroom, not a big deal. When you open the folder, like I said, there's a home side, and that's where their work will be. All their hard work that they've been doing, that they want to show you and brag about. Take a look at it with them. Tell them how good they're doing. I know it's always exciting for them to show you, hey, look how much my writing's improved, or look at how well I did my math today, stuff like that. So, and then I'll also include messages and things from school, like flyers or notes that will be going home. Those will be on the home side. And then there's a school side for work that needs to come back to me. It's also for things like signed permission slips, payments, notes you want to send to me, or homework that needs to be made up from absences. And I will provide all those folders. Really quick, we're going to touch on Scholastic books. I'll be sending home an order form every month. We do have a choir called the Little Angels, and it's led by me and then Mrs. Hink, Barb Hink. She is our first grade teacher. She's awesome. So we'll be doing that together. I'm really excited for that. And we'll be singing on Sunday mornings, either at 9 a.m. service or 11:15 service. And we ask that they wear just nice outfits. For boys, nice shirt and pants, girls, a dress or a nice outfit. And then more information about our Christmas services and all that will be sent home soon. And if anything changes with us not being able to have a choir this year, you will be the first to know. I will be sending home reading logs. We are working with Pizza Hut. It's a really great program. And they offer a free personal pizza when a student completes their reading goal. And the reading goal they've set is from the months of October to March. And the goal is 10 minutes a day or more. for 5 days, and they need to have 200 minutes a month. If they do reach this goal, I will attach a little coupon for a free personal pizza. It's super fun, encouraging for students. It's fun to do, and it gets them reading. If you do come to the supplies night, you'll see most of these forms. If you do not come, or if you're doing online, you will get these all sent to you. But I just want to talk through a few forms really quickly. The first week of school, I'm going to send home a tell me about your child form, just so I can get to know them a little bit better. Like, you know, they're pretty shy, or their favorite thing to learn about is animals, just things like that. And then there's also going to be a little part where you are going to tell me any medical conditions, any allergies, any asthma, things like that that I would need to know about and know as soon as possible. And then during supply drop-off, again, I will be giving you a past program sheet. And this is for use of the Chromebooks. So I need you to read through this and sign this just as a way of saying, yep, I authorize them to be able to use the Chromebooks and I agreed to all the terms and all that. And again, you can take a look at it. It's not a lot. And then we also take the NWEA test, which is our state standardized test that we have to take for Michigan on this Chromebook. So it's important that we get that done. If you're having any questions about anything else, like regarding the students or what's allowed to happen at the school, the student handbook is a great resource for answering any questions you might have. And that I will send home any personal classroom rules and policies with each student. So like I kind of already talked about my behavior management chart, but there's other rules and things that I would want to make you aware of that aren't super important for you to know right now, but important going forward. And my last slide is just a thank you slide. Thank you so much for choosing St. Matthew's and allowing us to be able to educate your children. It really is a great school. I'm just so excited to get to know all of you and your families, learn more about our world, learn more about Jesus, and grow closer in relationship with him. Get ready for our first grade. And yeah, the last thing I put on here is just that kindergarten rocks. It's going to be an awesome year. You're going to see so much growth from the first day of school to that last day. It's going to be incredible. It really is such a good growth year. And yeah, I'm just so excited to meet you all and to teach your children and to get to know you. Hope you have a great day.